The year is 1969. A spacecraft is racing toward the moon, carrying the hopes of an entire planet. But then, disaster strikes. Alarms blare, computers overload, and the mission is in jeopardy. The solution? A few lines of code written by one brilliant woman, Margaret Hamilton. Born in 1936 in Paoli, Indiana, Margaret Hamilton had no idea she would one day change the course of history. She studied mathematics at the University of Michigan and later at Earlham College, originally planning to become a teacher. But a job opportunity at MIT's Lincoln Laboratory changed everything. Hamilton became part of a new and exciting field, computer programming. She had no formal training, but that didn't stop her. She taught herself how to write software, pushing the boundaries of what computers could do. And then, one day, NASA came calling. In the 1960s, NASA was preparing for an ambitious goal, landing a man on the moon. But sending a spacecraft into space wasn't just about rockets, it required a revolutionary new kind of technology, software. And Margaret Hamilton was put in charge of making sure that software worked. Hamilton led the team that developed the onboard flight software for the Apollo missions. She coined the term software engineering because she believed that writing code was just as important as designing the spacecraft itself. July 20, 1969. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin are just minutes away from landing on the moon when suddenly error messages flood the computer. The system is overloaded. Mission Control is faced with a life-or-death decision: abort, or keep going. But thanks to Hamilton's software, disaster was avoided. The Apollo computer recognized the problem, ignored the non-essential tasks, and continued guiding the spacecraft to a safe landing. Without her work, the mission could have failed. Because of Hamilton's code, humanity took its first steps on another world. Margaret Hamilton wasn't just a programmer, she was a pioneer. She developed software principles that are still used today, including fault-tolerant systems, priority scheduling, and real-time computing. Her methods helped shape everything from modern aviation to medical devices to the smartphones in our pockets. In a time when women were rarely seen in engineering or computer science, Hamilton shattered expectations. She led one of the most critical projects in NASA's history and proved that women belonged in the world of technology and exploration. Today, she remains a role model for countless women in STEM, proving that determination, intelligence, and a love for problem-solving can take you beyond the stars. Though her contributions were overlooked for many years, Margaret Hamilton eventually received the recognition she deserved. In 2016, she was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian honor in the United States. Her legacy isn't just in the code she wrote, but in the inspiration she gave to generations of scientists, engineers, and dreamers. Margaret Hamilton wasn't an astronaut, but her work was just as critical as the rockets that carried them. Without her software, Apollo 11 might never have landed. She proved that sometimes, the greatest explorers aren't the ones who go into space, but the ones who make the journey possible. Her influence extends far beyond the Apollo program. Every modern piece of technology owes something to the field she helped define. Because of Margaret Hamilton, software became more than just code, it became the key to the future.